So this reading is for your lesson 10 annotations. So it is page 99 to 102. And the annotation question is, what symbols did you read about in this section? And what is the literal meaning of those symbols? So here you go. Page 99. Los almendras, almonds. Ay, my neck hurts, said Mamma as she massaged the back of her head with her hand. It is not my neck, it's my arms that is sore, said Hortensia. It is the same for everyone, said Josefina. When you first start in the sheds, the body refuses to bend, but in time you will get used to the work. Everyone had come home that night, tired and with various aches and pains. They gathered in one cabin for dinner, so it was crowded and noisy. Josefina warmed a pot of beans, and Hortensia made fresh tortillas. Juan and Alfonso talked about the fields while Miguel and Isabel played with the babies, making them squeal with laughter. Mama cooked arroz, and Esperanza was surprised that Mama knew just how to brown it first in oil with onions and peppers. Esperanza chopped tomatoes for a salad and hoped no one would mention the sweeping. She was glad this day was over. Her bruises had been to her pride. Isabel took a fresh tortilla, sprinkled it with salt, rolled it up like a cigar, and waved it at Miguel. How come you and Tio Alfonso won't let me go behind the cabin with you? Shh, he said. It's a surprise. Why are you so full of secrets? Asked Esperanza. But neither Alfonso nor Miguel answered. They simply smiled while they prepared their plates. But neither Alfonso nor Miguel answered. They simply smiled while they prepared their plates. They ate dinner, but before they could slice a cantaloupe for dessert, Alfonso and Miguel disappeared, with instructions not to follow them. What are they doing? Demanded Isabel. Hortensia shrugged as if she knew nothing. Miguel came back just before sunset. Senora and Esperanza, we have something to show you. Esperanza looked at Mama. It was obvious Mama was so as confused as she was. They all followed Miguel to where Alfonso was waiting. Behind the cabin was an old oval washtub with one end cut off. It had been set on its side, forming a little shrine around a plastic statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Someone had built a grotto of rocks around the base of the tub. Around it, a large plot of earth that had been fenced in by sticks and rope and planted with thorny stems, each with only a few branches. Isabel gasped. It's beautiful! Is that our statue? Josefina nodded. But the roses come from far away. Esperanza searched Miguel's face, her eyes hopeful. Papa's? Yes, these are your papa's roses, said Miguel, smiling at her. Alfonso had dug circles of earth around each plant, casitas, little houses that made moats for deep watering, just like he had done in Aguascalientes. But how? Esperanza remembered the rose garden as the blackened graveyard. After the fire, my father... Sorry, guys. After the fire, my father and I dug down to the roots. Many were still healthy. We carried the cuttings from Aguascalientes, and that's why we had to keep them wet. We think they will grow. In time, we will see how many bloom. Esperanza bent closer to look at the stems rooting in mulch. They were leafless and stubby, but lovingly planted. She remembered the night before the fire, when she had last seen the roses, and had wanted to ask Hortensia to make rose-ship tea. But she'd never had the chance. Now, if they bloomed, she could drink the memories of the roses that had known Papa. She looked at Miguel, blinking back tears. Which one is yours? Miguel pointed to one. Which one is mine? He smiled and pointed to the one that was closest to the cabin wall and already had a makeshift trellis propped against it. So you can climb, he said. Mama walked up and down, carefully touching each cutting. She took Alfonso's hands in her own and kissed him on each cheek. Then she went to Miguel and did the same. Muchas gracias, she said. Mama looked at Esperanza. Didn't I tell you that Papa's heart would find us wherever we go? So guys, this annotation question asks us about, asks you about symbols in this section. And there's a big symbol, right? Miguel and Alfonso, they saved something for Esperanza and Mama, and they kept it as a surprise. But what does that thing represent for Esperanza and Mama? Why was that important? That's what I want you guys to write about in your annotations, okay? Why was that thing important? What is that thing that Alfonso and Miguel saved for them? And why is that important? I'm sorry we didn't get to this in class, but we need to get it done today. So this is for you, and I hope it helps.